Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 7. And today's gratitude, kind of our focus for today is I want to think about the history of the advice that we were once given. And it could have been advice that maybe our grandparents or our parents instilled in us. Maybe it's a statement, or maybe it's just the own internal wisdom that you have that has put you on a path that you're so grateful for. You're so grateful for. And I've shared this story many times. It's been shared a lot in some of the podcasts that I've been on and just part of my story. But the best advice that I was ever given in my life that shifted me out of feeling like a victim and feeling angry and feeling like my life was unfairly given to me is I started to realize that my life experiences were given for me. And the advice that was given to me, I was in a yoga teacher training and I was very, very young and thought I knew everything about everything. And the teacher was a trainer, he was well into his 70s, and he was talking about suffering. And at that time, my daughter was very young and was struggling in school and had struggles with social stuff and friends, and she was very different. And I was kind of trying to figure out, what do I do with this? So he was talking about suffering, and I started to get really angry. And we were laying on the mat, and he's giving a meditation about suffering. And I was like, you don't know anything about suffering. You don't know anything about suffering. So during the break, I was boiling with rage. I went up to him and I said, I don't think you understand what suffering is because my daughter suffers. She has no friends. People make fun of her. People look at her funny. She never gets invited to birthday parties. She's suffering. And he looked at me and kind of cocked his head to one side and stepped a little bit closer. And he said, I'm sorry. Can you explain who's suffering? And I went on the spiel again and I vomited out all of this stuff that she was suffering from. And he took another step towards me and he's super close to me and he grabs my hands. He leans forward and said, who's suffering? I went through it again. He was nose to nose with me, eyeball to eyeball. And he said, my sweet friend, who is suffering? And it was like my whole world changed. I went home that evening, reeling in emotion, thoughts, and I observed her. She wasn't suffering at all. She was fine. She was content. She was happy. It's all she knew. It was about me. So when I found that advice, that to look at the perspective that what I was putting my awareness on was causing me suffering. And when I shifted my thoughts to what I was seeing as perfect and good and whole, my entire world changed. My anger went away, my sadness went away. And I realized that this person in my life is actually the greatest gift that ever was. And she opened a door for me to have great compassion and to see the good in everything, to see the good in her and in other people and differences. And so one of my greatest strengths, I believe, is I see the potential in all people. I see the good in all people. And I get referred to as Pollyanna often because I see the good in everything. And that was the greatest advice I ever heard, was to shift out of this suffering to this is okay. And you've probably heard a quote that says, pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. And that's the truth. We're all going to have pain. To suffer is a choice. All right, so we're going to tap into our inner wisdom, tap into the heart space of gratitude. So I'd like you to put your right hand, your middle finger or your index finger right there on your space between your brows, and rest your entire left hand on your heart and close your eyes. You can be sitting in a chair, sitting cross-legged, sitting folded over your knees like me, but I want you to press equally here into the inner wisdom that you already have in you. and the beautiful heart that's filled with gratitude. And close your eyes. So many of us have experienced advice along the way from very well-meaning people. But what I believe is that we already have within us everything we need to know. Sometimes we need people just to nudge us a certain direction, but we know. And when we press into the forehead, we're actually activating our inner wisdom, our already knowing our truth. And so just press there and press into the heart with deep gratitude. We already know. If we're faced with a difficult decision, pressing against the forehead, pressing against the heart, invites us to listen and to already know the answer. We are so much wiser than we give ourselves credit for. Take one more breath here. Empty the breath, lower your hands, open your eyes, take your right hand down by your side, left hand goes up and over. So many of us, and there's nothing wrong with this, are seekers, right? I love being a seeker. But sometimes when we are always looking externally for an answer, inhale up, we forget that we hold the greatest wisdom there is. And when we quiet down and we listen to that inner wisdom, the answers are right there. We no longer need to seek external because we already know. One more time each side. And so today I just invite you to pay respect and gratitude to the advice that you've been given that maybe has taken you on a different path in your life. Maybe the people that have come and go in your life, we're going to bring our legs around and find that diamond shape. Maybe the people who have given you advice that you knew didn't resonate and you went the other direction and ended up being an amazing direction. So not all advice we take and do something with. Some of the advice we take, I'm like, no thanks. Hands are going to go onto your feet. Just going to butterfly our hips here a little bit. Get some motion there. And then slide your hands to your feet. Notice my arms are straight. My spine is straight. Take a big breath in. Push your heart towards your feet. Hey, don't round your spine just yet. Hands might walk down to your toes. Keep your arms straight. Take a breath. Push heart forward. Should feel nice. We're going to do one more just like that. And now bend your elbows, tuck your chin, and round your spine. Slide your hands to your ankles and just rebuild that spine just slowly to come up to a straight spine. Now we're going to take the left leg, sweep it out to the side, tuck your right foot in. We're going to turn here. Okay, so we're going to aim our heart towards our toes. I'm going to lift my toes to the sky. That kind of activates my leg. And this is hard to get everything spun around. We have a tendency, it's easier to fold forward, but we're going to try to keep our heart there. So hands go on either side of your left leg. Take a big breath and then just aim your heart towards your toes. You may not fold very far, and it's not about that. Take a breath. And then push. One of the things that we discover here on the yoga mat, take a breath. Push your heart forward. Notice if you are patient, it happens. We go a little further. The things that we learn physically on the yoga mat is we start to listen to our own inner wisdom, right? We know when we have reached our edge, when we need to back off. That's some of that awareness that happens here, that then we apply there. One more. And then rise up. And as a yoga teacher or a guide to this practice, spin around, turn to the right. I'm just here walking along a path with you, and your body is going to feel and see things that my body may not. And that's where we listen to the inner wisdom, switch sides. We listen to what's showing up in our form, and then we follow our own gut. Okay. Turn, aim your heart towards your toes. This side might be very different. Exhale, tip forward, hinging from that hip crease, not leading with the head, not rounding, keeping a straight spine. Every time you exhale, it's just a slight push forward. We'll take about 2 more breaths here, and you should be feeling a stretch behind the leg into the low back, but be gentle here. If your body, intuition, and third chakra, sense of self, is saying this is enough, then let it be enough. Inhale to rise. We're going to spin on around. Another great amazing life-changing advice, and I've shared this in this series, is gratitude. Swing your legs around. And the very first day one, come on to tabletop. We talked about how somebody told me one time just to go find a dollar store notebook and start writing things down and how much that changed my life. Hinge back to child's. We won't be here long. Come forward, drop your hips. We're just going to find a little bit of that flossing motion we talked about, where we just move the body in a nice fluid way, not looking for a whole bunch of stagnant energy today, just moving. 3 more. And so the gratitude really did change my life in many, many, many ways. It allowed little Pollyanna to come out and see the good, even on the bad days. 1 more, sink back and rise up. And I continue to practice that to this day. Push your heart forward, lift your tail, and then exhale, round your spine, pull your navel in. Just going to take a few of these cat and cows, starting to warm up the spine, getting a little juicy and good in there. 1 more. And then come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes. We're going to find down dog. Ooh, feels so nice. So the hips go up and back. You might even take a 3-legged, little 1-legged dog, or 3 points on the mat. And just find some motion there. Let it be fluid and good. And then walk your hands backwards. We're going to come back to the edge of our mat and just dangle over. Come on up to stand. So one of the things that we like to play with in a yoga practice when we're thinking about intuition is a little bit of balance work. So we're going to play with some balance. We're going to be at the back of our mat. Arms are going to sweep up to the sky, and we're going to take a swan dive down. We've done this many times. Come up halfway, and then forward fold. Inhale to rebuild. Here's where we change it. We're going to take the right knee with us as we circle the arms to the sky. Be patient with yourself. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower the right foot, swan dive down. Come up halfway. Exhale and fold. Left leg this time. Rebuild the spine. Bring the left knee with you as the arms circle high to the sky. Exhale, let the breath go. Inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, lower the left foot, swan dive down. We're going to keep going. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right side. Inhale, right knee lifts. Exhale, it comes right back down. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left knee. We're doing this because we're not thinking about it. We're just feeling. 1 more time each side. Okay, the minute we start to go into thought, am I doing it right? Should I be lifting it higher? Can I do this? We're out of that beautiful self-knowledge, and we're letting our body do the work. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to tippy toe, walking like a little gorilla all the way up to the top of our mat. We're going to take that same sequence, but add on. Take a halfway lift and a fold. Rebuild your spine. Bring the right knee with you. Lift it high to the sky. Here's where we change it. Exhale, step way back, high lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, arms circle down to the mat. Inhale, left arm sweeps. Should feel nice. Exhale, lower it. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, right back down. Hands find the mat. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, we fold. Halfway lift. We got the left side. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up. Bring the left knee with you. Exhale, step way back. High lunge. Take a breath. Exhale, circle the arms down. Find the mat. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Sweep it. Exhale, return it. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands return. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, fold. Take a breath. We're going to do it 1 more time. Halfway lift. And a fold. Inhale to roll up. Bring that right knee with you. Listen to the wisdom that you have. Exhale, step back. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, lower your hands. Find the rhythm. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, lower it. Inhale, circle up, high lunge. Exhale, hands return. See how it becomes a rhythm. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Last side. Exhale, fold. Rebuild the spine. Left knee lifts. Giant step back. Exhale. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands return. Inhale, sweep your right arm. Feels so good. Exhale, return it. Like the breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, left leg. Exhale down. Rebuild your spine to stand. Whoo, isn't that fun? Don't you just feel how you just flow through that? That's when we get out of thinking and we're just experiencing and feeling. And think about that as related to wisdom. When we're constantly seeking and we're not being in it, we miss what we already know. Okay, we miss what we already know. So I want you to spend today, we're going to step wide. I want you to spend today taking time to press and think, to hold, and then let the thoughts go and let the inner wisdom be present. And then also pay deep gratitude for the people who have offered you a nugget and said, here, let's look this way. And your life changed. Or maybe gratitude for somebody that gave you some advice that didn't resonate and you went that way and your whole life changed. Had lots of people in our lives giving us input. And just take some time today to really think about those special people in your life. Open up wide. Maybe it's an example that taught you what you did not want to be. Maybe that was the wisdom and advice you got. Lean forward, lead with your heart. Come all the way down. Take a forward fold. Take a moment here. Tuck your chin, shift to the toes, and just feel here. Just feel. Bend your knees a bit and slowly rise. Touch your body. Close your eyes. Hand on your heart, hand on your belly, maybe the forehead, maybe the heart. This is a beautiful opportunity to acknowledge the inner wisdom that you have, the goodness that you have, and the people in your life who have offered you something and said, here, look here, here's some advice. And maybe you're like, and maybe you're like, yes, I was the one suffering. And when I recognize that there's nothing that I need to suffer with, my whole life changed. When somebody said, here, stop complaining about your life and start looking for the good and jot it down, whole life changed. And I'm so grateful for that because I would not be me. I would not be doing this. So thanks for hanging with me today. I will see you tomorrow for day 8. I got a good one planned for day 8, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you tomorrow. So keep sending me those gratitudes. Keep sharing your experience. It's just been so fulfilling to me. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, day 8.